we got a special delivery today.
Yes, we do. We're headed to Tara's house. We've got a prize for you, Tara. We're on our way. And it's kind of cloudy, so I hope we don't get rained on. Oof. We'll have to stop and put the top up if we do. But we're on the way, so be ready, Tara. Here we come.
See you soon. We are so thirsty. We are here at Sonic. We had to get something to drink. It's so hot.
This time it was Miss Sherry that wanted to stop.
Okay, kids, we're at Tara's house. And because we've been studying about fire this week, we're gonna hide her prize and see if she can remember what we were studying. Now, I'm gonna hide it back behind the grill. Now, she can't see it, hopefully, but when she comes to the door, she's gonna have to find our fire surprise around the fire. All right, are you ready? Here we go. Here we go. All right. Okay, kids. She should be coming to the door anytime. We gotta keep our social distancing, you know. That's what they say is very important. Hi, Tara! How are you? Well, we have to social distance, you know. That's what's going on nowadays. But I wanted to find out if you was watching our show first. Did you know what we're here for?
Yes.
Why are we here?
Because you picked my name.
Because we picked your name. Good job. Well, where's the rest of the kids?
They're all out.
Do they want to come out too? You can let them come on out too. Hi, kids! I know Miss Tina watches all of you, doesn't she? Well, today we're gonna see. Can you guys tell me what the story was about today?
It was about 3 men.
3 men, and what about those 3 men?
They wouldn't bow down to the statue, and they made the king mad, so they put them in a fire den, and then God protected them.
Put them in a fire. Put them in the fiery furnace. Good job. Good job. Well, because our story is about the fire today, and everything's to do with fire, and you've got to be careful playing with fire. Oh my goodness, Miss Sherry was scaring me with the fire, did you think?
Yeah.
I was kind of scared. Did you see the fire? And she had it on her hand. Oh, it scared me. I kept saying, Miss Sherry, don't get burned. Miss Sherry, don't get burned. Okay, well, this is what we're going to do, Tara. Now, kids, don't give her any hints if you find it, okay? Well, since everything's about fire, we have you a game that's what animal usually breathes fire?
Dragons.
Dragons. Well, we've got you a dragon game that you can play with all your friends. Now, you have to find it, okay? It's hid somewhere out here on your porch, okay? And you've got to find it. Now, I will only give you one hint. And I've already told you that hint. Everything this week is to do with fire. So see if you can figure out where it's at. Go, go, go. Get Buckle up for safety.
Safety first.
All right. Yay.
See you later. Bye, guys.
Bye. I'll miss you. I can't wait till we have church again so I can see you. Have fun with your game.
Hey, kids. I'm here at the library. Pastor Gary was talking about lions yesterday, and I'm going to do some research. I can't wait to see what I can find out about the lions. See you in a minute. Kids, I've got my research. Okay, did you know that lions are from Africa? They're the second largest cat in the entire world. You can hear their roar from 5 miles away. That's amazing. The males, they protect the tribe, and the females, they get to hunt for the food. They can go 4 or 5 days without water. The males grow up to 420 pounds. Oh my goodness, that's so big. They can be from 5'6" to 8.2 feet long. I'm 5'6", so that would be me plus some. The females, they can be from 4.6 to 6 feet, and they are 280 pounds. So cool. That reminds me, there's a story about lions in the Bible. We've got to go find Miss Becky so she can tell us the story today.
Today, I'm going to tell you a story about a boy named Daniel. Well, there was a lot that went on in his life. He started out a boy and went all the way till he was a man. And he had such a exciting life. So let me tell you about him. Well, Daniel actually grew up living and working around a castle with a king. And the king sent Daniel some very good food to eat. Well, I guess as a king, you would have lots of good food. Grapes, and you always see these pictures of kings eating grapes and different fruit and nuts and all these wonderful things. And they make looking like a king to be something real special. Well, the king liked Daniel, so he wanted to send him some very good food to eat. But Daniel wouldn't eat that kind of food. He didn't eat it because the king believed in a different God. Well, do you remember us talking about idols? Well, the king prayed to idols. Remember, I told you that an idol could be a statue that looks like a man or an animal. Or maybe it was something. You know, sometimes we use things as idols too. Like, remember I said sometimes we might want to ride our bicycle or play our Nintendo games or our PlayStations or our Wiis or any of this stuff instead of coming to church and worshiping God. Well, those can be kind of idols. Well, this particular king had a statue that he made, and that was his idol. And he would pray and worship this idol all the time. Well, he would pray to that idol and he would say, "Thank you so much for this food." Well, that's kind of silly. How can a statue grow food for you? I just don't know. Sometimes I wonder about these people that do that stuff, but remember that what an idol is. And also remember what our first commandment we learned was a couple of weeks ago. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Well, Daniel didn't want to eat the food that was blessed by the idols or prayed over to the idols for blessings. Well, the king one day had a great big party. And while he was partying, of course, Daniel wasn't there because he didn't want to go to a party where they blessed all the foods by idols. And so Daniel stayed home that day. But while all of the king's people were having a good time, having a party, all of a sudden they looked up at the wall and there was a hand. Yep, a hand. No person, just a hand. And it was writing on the wall. But it was writing in a type of writing that no one could understand. Have you ever seen writing? I know I've seen writing. Sometimes you see Oriental people that write with different kinds of things. I don't know how to read their writing. And sometimes you hear people talking in a different language. And I don't know another language other than English. I'm so sorry if you speak Spanish and I don't know Spanish. I hope there's an interpreter for you. But this time there was a hand only. No person, just the hand. And it was writing something on the wall. Well, it kind of scared everybody. And the king was really surprised, and he didn't know what was going on. And he said, does any of you know how to interpret that on the wall? And nobody knew. But someone said, call Daniel. He will probably know. Maybe this is a message from his God. Because they knew Daniel was really faithful to the one true God, which is our God too. So they went and got Daniel, and Daniel came, and he did. He interpreted what the message said. He told the king that the message said that God was very angry with him because he continued over and over and over to worship idols rather than worshiping him, the one true God. And remember, that was the first commandment, thou shalt have no other gods before me. Well, he said God was so angry that the king's reign was over. He wasn't going to be able to be king anymore. Well, the king probably wondered, wonder what's going to happen. Well, guess what? That very night, the king was killed and a new king took over. Well, the new king took over, and Daniel had such a wonderful talents. You know, in base camp, we always get up here on our stage and we do talents, don't we? So you know what talents are. Miss Becky's, one of my talents is I like to decorate cakes and bake cakes. One of my talents is I think I like to teach you. So that's a talent too. Well, Daniel had lots of wonderful talents, and he showed the new king and the new leaders that came in that he would be wonderful help for them. But some of the leaders didn't like Daniel very much, so they kept trying to find some way to get him in trouble. But they just couldn't do it. So they started trying to think of a way that they could get him in trouble. Well, they knew that every single day that Daniel would pray to his God, the one true God, which is our God. Well, the leaders thought, we have a light bulb on and we're going to know exactly how we're going to get Daniel in trouble. So they went to the king and they said, oh, King Darius, that was his name, Darius. They said, why don't you make a law that says anybody that prays to any god or any man except for you, O king, that you will throw them over the next 30 days. If they do this, you will throw them into the lion's den and they will be eaten by the lions. Well, the king thought about it. He said, you know, that's a wonderful idea. I am the king. Why shouldn't they worship me? So he signed the law. Well, when Daniel heard about this law, he went home and he went up into his upstairs of his house and he opened up all of his windows. And guess what he did? He got down on his knees and he prayed to the one true God. And he thought, if anybody sees me, that's just fine, because this is God, the only God, and I will not bow down to another God. I will not bow down to the king. I will not bow down to anyone but my God. And so that's what I'm going to do. And I don't care if anybody sees me, because that's what I should do. So the leaders seen him doing this. Well, they went to the king. Well, you know what they do? They call people when they see somebody doing something and they want to get them in trouble. They kind of call those tattletales, don't they? Well, these guys must have been tattletales, because they went running real fast to the king. And they said, King, guess what? Daniel is bowing down to his God, and he's praying to his God, not just you. Well, the king was so sad. He thought, oh no, Daniel is my friend. I don't want him to be thrown into the lion's den. So they brought Daniel to the king. And when the king asked Daniel, he said, Daniel, did you really do this? Daniel says, yes, I did. And I would rather pray to the one true God, even if men hurt me. I will do this. Even though the king was sad for his friend, he had to do what the law said. So I want everybody to grab your Bibles real quick. And I want you should have your Bibles. Remember, reminded you to do that. And I want you to turn to Daniel. Daniel is in the Old Testament, and it's a little over halfway through the Bible. You're looking for chapter 6, which is the big 6, and you're going to go all the way down to verse 16. Well, chapter 6, verse 16 says this. So the king gave the order, and they brought Daniel and threw him into the lion's den. The king said to Daniel, may your God, whom you serve continually, rescue you. So the king was hoping that Daniel's God was the true God and that he would rescue him. Well, the king had Daniel thrown in, didn't he? And when that happened, he also had a big stone brought to the top of the lion's den, and they put it over the entrance. And the king had a big fancy ring, and they would put clay on any kind of crack or anything that the king wanted to seal. And then he would take his ring and put an imprint on it. And if anyone broke the seal of the king, they would know that someone broke in. Well, the king put a seal so no one could get Daniel out unless the king opened up the vault, the lion's den. It was kind of like a vault, wasn't it? Well, the next morning at first light, the king jumped up out of bed and he hurried down as quickly as he could to the lion's den. And he had the stone rolled away. And he called out. He said, Daniel, servant of the living God, has your God, whom you serve, continually been able to rescue you from the lions? All of a sudden, he heard something. It was Daniel. Daniel answered, O king, yes, my God has sent his angel to protect me, and he has shut the mouth of the lions, and they have not hurt me at all, because I was found innocent in God's eyes. Nor have I ever done anything against you, O king. The king was so overjoyed. He had all the men that accused Daniel thrown into the lion's den. And guess what happened to them? Before they even reached the bottom of the floor of the den, the lions attacked them and killed every one of them. Well, the king made an order at that time for all of the people to worship the one true God of Daniel. I want you to remember, even though things are really bad and you think they're really bad, like Daniel trusted in God, and he knew God would protect him and save him. And even if God didn't, he would know that when he woke up, he would be in heaven. But he knew that God loved him. Well, God had a plan, and he wanted everyone to worship him instead of idols. So even when things are really, really bad, I want you to continue to trust God, because he is faithful and he will take care of us and he will protect us. And always remember, even in the worst things, God will turn it around for his good and his glory. So all of the other people started worshiping the one true God because Daniel stood the ground and said, yes, I'm going to trust my one true God. Well, every head bowed and every eye closed. Dear Jesus, thank you so much, Lord, for this day. Thank you, Heavenly Father, for the children and their families. Thank you, God, for protecting us from this virus that's going around. Thank you for protecting us from all the other things that could happen to us as well. Lord, help us to remember the first of the 10 commandments. Thou shalt have no other gods before you, and we will not, Lord. Help us to trust you and love you and only you, and remember not to put other things in place of you, but come to you and pray and worship only you, Lord. I want to continue to pray protection over the children and their families this week, and Lord, just give them a wonderful, blessed week this week. Thank you for all you do. In Jesus' name, amen. Well, kids, we got a little more fun things for you, so don't turn off just yet. Love you.
Hey kids, Miss Becky talked to you today about Daniel in the lion's den. Last week, we talked about Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. And in both of those circumstances, we know that God protected his people when they called upon his name. He protected the boys. He was in the fire with them. And today we learned that he shut the mouths of the lions for Daniel. So today our experiment's going to represent kind of that. I have 2 oranges. One is without a peel and one is with a peel. So the peel is actually a covering for the orange. So that's exactly what we're going to represent. This one without a covering is going to be the one without Jesus. If we don't ask Jesus for help and we don't call upon his name for help, then we are without covering. So let's see what happens. That orange sunk straight to the bottom. So it needs help, right? Okay, so this orange is going to represent having the covering of Jesus upon our lives. And having, when we call upon his name, he will come and he will help us. So this orange has a covering. So let's see what happens with this one. It went down for just a second, but it came right back to the top and it is floating because it has the covering. Just like in our lives, when we ask God for covering, we might be down, but we're definitely not out because we know that he is always a victor.
Okay, kids, we're here at Miss Tina's house where Tara lives. Okay, now, she's found her prize. Did you see where she found it? She found it at the grill. Oh, everything's to do with fire today. Well, we are gonna have a game, but normally our family fun activity we do somewhere else. But we need kids to help us today. And Miss Tina watches some kids. So we're here, there's the kids, and we're gonna play our family fun game today. Miss Sherry, take it from here.
All right, kids. Today our lesson is about Daniel and the lion's den. We know that God commanded, or that the king commanded all the people to only pray to him. But we know that Daniel did not listen. So today's family activity is called God Commands. When we listen to God's command, we get to stay in the game. When we don't listen to his commands, we're out. So, all right, kids, come on down.
Come on down, everybody. Come and help us today. Oh my goodness, you want to spread out here. Okay, are you ready? We need to be in a big line.
This is okay.
This is okay.
You got everybody?
Okay, here I am. I'm gonna play too, is that okay? All right, you ready? Here we go.
So the first thing, this is gonna be like Simon Says, okay? So if I say God commands, then you're gonna do it, okay? And if I don't say God commands, then don't do it, okay? Stand like it says.
Okay.
All right? So God commands us to stand on one foot.
I can't do that, Miss Sherry.
Oh, Miss Becky is out.
Oh man, already. I'm out.
God commands us to stop. God's biggest command is for us to love each other. Can you love? That's a good love. All right. God commands us to stop. Got one, Miss Becky?
Yes. Do jumping jacks.
Oh no!
God didn't command. Okay, okay, ready?
Come on over, Brady.
God commands to touch your nose and rub your belly. Stop. Oh, did anybody stop?
Oh, Miss Sherry, stop.
Oh, Miss Sherry, you're out.
I'm out.
Okay, God commands to stop. God commands to stop. Okay, let's see. Are you ready? Are you ready? God commands, pat your head.
Jump on one foot.
Jump on one foot.
They're good at listening
Okay.
to God's command.
Bend over. Touch your toes.
Oh no!
You girls are out. You girls are out. Okay, come on. Have a seat on the chair, on the bench. Okay, God commands stop patting your head before we all get a headache. Okay, okay, okay. God commands twirl around 3 times and touch your nose again. Ooh, I'm really dizzy. Are you dizzy? Okay, okay. God commands to quit touching your nose. Touch your toes. Ooh, they're good, Miss Sherry.
They are good.
Okay, I'll let you do it a minute.
Okay.
You ready?
Let's do 5 jumping jacks. Ready? Go. No? Okay, God commands us to do 5 jumping jacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You guys are really good, so I'm going to declare that you are all the winners today.
Woo! Good job, good
All
job.
right, kids. You try it at home. These guys were great at listening to God's commands. I hope you are too.
Bye-bye. Hi, kids. We've been talking about lions this week and how Daniel was protected from the lions in the lion's den. Well, right now, we don't have a place here that is a zoo where we can see lions, but we've got a humane society and they take care of the cats. Well, cats are a form of lions, and I've got my lion's den, and we'll see if somebody in here can help us. I think Miss Deb from church is in here, so we'll go in and we'll see her and see if she'll draw a name, and we'll see some of the miniature lions while we're in there. See ya. Hi, kids. We're here at the animal shelter, and this is Miss Deb. You might remember her from church and from Bible school because she used to help us there. Well, we have so many cats here. Okay, let's talk to her a little bit and see what she has to say. Hi, Miss Deb.
Hi, Becky.
Hey, I see you have some of the most beautiful babies. Look at them.
We absolutely do.
Well, would you tell our kids, we've been studying about Daniel and the lion's den.
Okay.
Well, we know that cats are kind of related to the lions.
They are.
And we don't have a lion's place here, like
No,
a
we don't.
zoo or anything. So we thought about coming here. And we thought that would be wonderful for the kids.
Wonderful idea,
So-
because going in with lions might not work out real well.
That's right. You know, Daniel was very brave.
Yes, he
He
was.
stood up for the one true God.
That's right.
And they threw him in the lion's den, but God saved him. Oh my. And the next day, all of the men that lied about Daniel got thrown in the den and was eaten up.
That's right.
Oh my. But anyway,
He
while
was
we're
so brave.
here, he was. While we're here, why don't you tell us a little bit about our animal shelter?
Okay, well, we actually rescue cats and dogs. And they're kind of tired right now because they have been playing nonstop for about 3 hours. Thank you. This one is a little more frisky. Hi, sweetheart. Anyway, we get our animals mostly from the pound. And when they get friendly little kittens and puppies and some older dogs and cats that need homes and don't have anybody to love them and take care of them, they call us and we go over there and we bring them here and they get a trip to the animal doctor. They get their shots just like kids do. They're treated for fleas and worms and all the stuff that makes them sick.
I see.
And as soon as everybody's healthy and ready to go, we make sure that they don't have puppies or kittens, because we don't want a lot of little animals running around with no homes.
Oh yes, that would be
So,
bad.
yes, that is bad. So we take them, and then once they've had all that done, you can come in here and spend some time playing with them and pick out your very own pet.
I see. Well, I notice you have a lot of things around here for them to play with.
We do.
And you even have a TV that has different pictures on it
Yep.
that animals would like. And we noticed a little bit ago that the little kitten was up there playing with a bug crawling across the
yeah.
screen. We thought that was cute.
Yep, they are actually animal videos made for cats. They have squirrels and mice
Wow.
and birds, and they get real interested in it sometimes.
That's neat. That's neat. Well, what's some of the other things that you have? You want to tell us about those?
Well, the dogs are in foster homes
Okay.
because we don't have enough room here, and we don't like to cage our animals. The only ones that are caged are the ones that are sick or have not been to the vet yet because they can't mix with the ones that have already been cleared. And the dogs are in foster care, and anybody wants a puppy or a dog,
Okay.
just call us.
Okay.
And we have a meet and greet room in here, and they meet us here and they spend time with their dog in there to see if it's going to work out. We'll even let you bring other pets that you may have with you to see if they get along before you actually take the cat or the dog home.
Okay.
And we have volunteers for everything we do here. Nobody makes a salary. We have fundraisers all year to help with the vet bills and to buy food. And
Our ladies have yard sales
absolutely,
at the church, and then with what's left over, we usually donate
you do.
to the animal shelter so
And then
that
we
you can
have
help
another
take care of the animals.
Yes. And it really helps us out. It takes a lot of money to rent. It's not a big facility, but it still takes a lot of money to run it.
Are you enjoying television over there, Kitty? He's like, oh, that looks yummy. I want a bite. That's cute. That's so cute. And you said you have some kittens here?
We do have kittens. Let me check real quick and see if she's finished in there.
What do you see? Oh my, that's cute. Oh, there goes a squirrel. There goes a squirrel and a pigeon.
Okay, she's.
Well, Miss Deb, we always, every week, have a contest. And all of the kids that watch, we put their names in a box of some sort. Well, today, it's the Lion's Den. So
Oh.
if you're brave,
I don't
we're
know.
gonna let you put your hand in the lion's mouth and reach in and grab a name.
You know that lion
one of
has
the chil-
teeth. I see it.
It does.
It won't close on.
No.
Promise.
Yes, we promise.
Okay.
And we'll let you reach in.
Ah!
But we had to come up with a lion closest we could, and this was where we come in here.
That's amazing. That's a wonderful idea.
All right.
Sophia B.
Sophie Berry, we know who you are. Oh my goodness, we went and visited her brother several weeks ago. Well, Sophie, you're the winner. So we'll be coming your direction to see you next week. You'll see us sometime coming soon. Well, kids, until a little bit later, we love you, and we've had so much fun. Thank you, Miss Deb, for
You're
letting us
welcome.
come to the animal shelter and look at the beautiful kittens and everything you have. You do a wonderful job here, and we're so thankful that we have you that can take care of the animals and find them homes.
Absolutely.
Well, kids, we love you. You have a good time until we see you in a little bit. Love you. Bye-bye. Oh my goodness, we have had such a busy day today again. These
know.
videos and all of this is such a busy day. Oh my goodness. Oh, hi kids.
Hey
guys.
Hope you've had a wonderful time today. We sure have. We have been all over the country today.
We have, and look at our hair.
Oh,
Having the top down makes our hair crazy.
It makes it crazy, and we almost got wet 2 or 3 times.
And it was so hot.
I know. Oh well. Well, kids, how did you like Miss Tina's house this week? And we want to tell the other kids out there, if you're watching, thank you so much.
Thanks for your help.
For helping us with our family fun activity. What was it? God says?
God commands.
Says, God commands.
God says,
yeah.
right.
We thought that was so fun. Oh my.
Yeah, let us know who the winner is at your house.
That's right, that's right. And how about our lesson? What'd you think about it, Miss Sherry?
Lots of fun. Always enjoy learning. And how about those lion facts? I was so excited.
I like that. That was good. That was really good.
And then we went right with our lesson and went with Pastor Gary's lesson and our new song on Sunday, all of that.
And how did you like our tigers today?
Yeah.
They were little.
Little bitty cats, right?
They were little. But didn't you think that was so fun visiting Miss Deb at the Humane Society today? And she takes care of the kitty cats and helps the little dogs to get homes.
My favorite part was watching them watch TV.
Well, kids, even our animals love TV.
Right.
They were enjoying those shows so much. It was just really enthused.
And he clawed at the screen when he saw the bug run across.
It was
amazing.
Real fun. Oh, and we're gonna visit the Berry kids again.
Right.
Sophie, we seen your name come out of that box today. So we'll be coming to visit your home again.
Right.
And kids, remember, if you haven't had your name called, make sure you put down underneath our video that you're watching.
Yep.
Put your name and we'll get your name in that box. We've still got a lot of names in that box.
We do.
So you may get called next week if you have your name written down. Or another way to put your name in the box is by sending us a picture.
Right.
Maybe you can send us a picture today of the experiment that Miss Sherry showed you. Or maybe your family is playing the family fun activity and you can send us a picture of that.
Right.
We can put your names in that way too.
I know you would love to see your picture at the end.
Right.
So a short clip or a picture, either one would work great.
That's right. And oh my goodness. I think that's my favorite word, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
They're talking about maybe soon bringing kids back into the student center. So keep your fingers crossed. It may be real soon now that you get to come back in here and we get to worship in our class.
Right, together.
I'm sure missing everybody so much. Oh my. Well, kids, I guess this is it for today, but we love you very much. And there's a couple of things. Don't forget,
music up top, coloring sheet up top, and don't forget, keep praying for Miss Tammy.
yes, we hope she gets to come home real soon.
Yeah.
But we'll have to wait and see. Just depends on when they let her come back this way. And last but not least, wash your hands and say your prayers because germs and Jesus are everywhere. Bye till next week, kids. Love you. Mwah.